Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, hello, good afternoon and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxer, back in the shows. Albert, after a disappointment, a really disappointing performance. Falkirk won, Rangers won. Albert, how you doing, mate, before we do the game? No, that's a daft question. Right, look, I'll give you my quick take on it quickly, right? I don't want to talk about the manager first and foremost, because I'm sure we'll come to that, yeah? I'm sure we'll come to that. We played 16 outfield players today, yeah? 16, yeah? 5 substitutes. Yeah. Sorry, 50. 50 outfield players. Collectively over the 90 minutes, I didn't give any of them pass marks, mate. Any of them. There was times where people done well, a lovely pass for the goal by Big Cornelius, but I didn't think he had a good game. Obviously, Majovski got the goal, he was poor. Tab's distribution and trying to play straight passes on the pitches in the conditions. The distribution and the pace of moving the ball for the centre backs, the amount of times I've got the back, the midfield trying to run with the ball and making the wrong choices and creating very little, being disjointed. We changed our shape slightly, which left for centre forward totally isolated, but even then he doesn't control the ball. And Mikey Muir and Gassama, well, obviously they've done okay when we got the goal. It was chopped off. I never noticed the initial run for the halfway line, but still it was chopped off. And then, but performance-wise, the two of them were poor. Go up to the physicality of the domestic football, the two of them, if you ask me, like a lot of players in my team, forward, midfield to forward, we lack physicality. We've got guys that can do well in Europe, Gasman, but domestically, mate, against the guys that get stuck right in and just stop you playing and harry you and hustle you and tackle you constantly. He's not really done a lot, if we're honest. These big games have been domestically. Let me bring off the subs. Obviously, Diamandi gets injured. He was at fault for their goal. Rolled like a wee boy. Let the boy shoot. So he was poor. Dimitri, one shot. Nothing contributed, nothing else. Just doesn't look like a player at the moment. And then you've got the transfer fee. Asgard, I remember him touching the ball once. Jami, who always looks as if he's got a good touch, but done very little, mate, when they come on. And Ant-Man, look, he's a winger. Get the ball and get it across. He put one in and had other opportunities, but contributed nothing. Another one that's not up for the physicality. 15 outfield players, mate, and I'm not getting one of them pass marks. And that's not me. That's without starting on the coaching staff and the manager, mate. Albert, over to you.
I'm not going to argue with any of that, mate. As I said, I'm calmed down. I've took 1,000 deep breaths to get through this. But you've summed it up nicely, mate, with your statement. One lovely pass. That was it, mate. That was it for Rangers. One lovely pass. It's caused it to go as a goal. And that was it for Rangers. We could have been home after that. The crowd could have been home. We could have switched off and just went to the pub, mate. Because that summed up our whole day. One lovely pass. 90 or 96 minutes of football. Well done, Russell. That was good. That was good. Well, it's great to watch. Your football was great to watch. In his mind, it's great to watch. In our mind, we're sitting watching utter drivel, mate. Total and utter drivel. One agricultural team just running about, charging about, crashing into you, just putting effort in. We struggle. We struggle. No easy to beat, to compete with, mate. It's bad beyond belief. Well, we play on a plastic pitch. We can't control the ball on a plastic pitch. There's a certain type of play you need to play in a plastic pitch. We said it before the game. Don't play your game, and you can't. It's no a pitch to be passing the ball, but you just can't do it, mate. But we do it, and don't run with the ball. It's all about chips. Chip the ball into the wings. The what do you call it? The channels. Chip the ball. Watch the way they done it. They knock it out wide, but it's all on the run, mate. Everything's on the run. Everything. Just keep the ball moving. Don't try and stop it. Don't try and dribble with it. No. We try to dribble with it. We stop it. Mikey Moore caught in possession. Don't know many times, mate. Ant-Man caught in possession. Don't know many times. But Raskin caught in possession. Don't know many times. It's woeful, mate. It is woeful football. It's woeful professionalism for the players as well. You've got to say that. But end of the day, one each. You're sitting there going, nah, did we deserve any more than one each? No, probably not. Probably not, mate. You can't say any more than that. We're playing that pitch with that type of team, right? And they've got a plan for us because they know what way we are playing. We help them out by playing the Rang type of football on that part and the Rang formation and the Rang style. So we contribute to this, mate. They're not a brilliant team with any stretch of the imagination. You can't say Falkirk are a really good team or any of the domestic teams we've played this year. You can't say any of them are good teams. But we keep doing the same thing. And everybody gets points off us or come close to get points off us. And we struggle to play against. What's that about? Are we going to hear it again today? It's character. It's what was his one after the European game? Anxiety. Is it anxiety again today? These players are just crazy players doing crazy things. Is it just no good enough? I don't know, mate. I've run out of ideas. I've run out of ways to try and work this out because at the end of the day, we're not getting results. And that's what's going to kill them. And it should. It should, mate. Any managers get sacked for the way he's setting his team up because it's not getting the results. Different is getting results. You're scraping it. Doesn't matter. You're scraping results, you get results. It's all about results. We're not getting them. It's simple.
Mm-hmm. And then, well, now that you've mentioned that, I'll go into the coaching. There's things give me a problem with how we play. We're very static, mate. It's always, in particular, when we're playing the ball out, you know, the two fullbacks and then Barron drops in. And he gives you the fear, mate. You're always waiting for him to give the ball away because you know that it's likely to bounce off from this place. He gives you plenty of endeavour, plenty of work. He's got a magnificent attitude. But he does things, some good things, but then there'll be the times he just gets brushed aside and people leave for dead and he can't contribute nothing, mate, in the final third, mate. Nothing. We've watched him now for, 15 months now? And I think he's had a couple of shots, no scored a goal, and I would think there'll be very few goals he's maybe contributed to. But if you were going away in a difficult game and you wanted to bring somebody in to give you energy to help work hard and maybe stop somebody playing, ideal. And again, when you're looking to get the ball, pass it and make things happen, he's not the answer. Raskin, again, first half, non-existent. A wee bit better in the second half, it contributed very little to the piece. Rothwell done okay. But there we go, never lasted again. Another game never lasted past 60 minutes, yeah? So his idea was to change the whole midfield. And it never worked. Obviously, Diamandi got a knock. And there's another problem, mate. It was obvious to everybody watching Diamandi got a knock, right? We can't take him off. We've used all the subs. Got an issue with that, but maybe understand it, right? I always think you should maybe use the 4 and 1 as just in case that things happen in a close game, right? Surely you just change your shape and go 4-4-2 and tell me go and stand up front next to centre forward. Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe just me, mate. When you see in front of your eyes that you can't run. And it's only simple, but here's my thing, right? The coach or whoever sets us up defensively for corners will say that we're defending corner kicks all right. And that might be standalone fine. But that's part of the problem. We seem to go under pressure for about 10 minutes at a time, mate. Because we defend the corners, it comes back out, and all our players are in our box. So they can get it, clear it, pass it, put it in the box, do whatever they want with it. And then we're defending again. Might go out for an hour corner, might pass, or if somebody clears it, we're on the box, nobody there. Now, Majovsky he's not that type of player that's going to win defensive headers. The two speed merchants, Ant-Man and Gassama, they're no physical players. Get them up apart, have the other team with 3 back, put one straight up, one in the middle. So when it breaks, you'll get pace, change it. It's just so negative. And once again, mate, we created very, very little and gave up a lot, mate. And if you think that's a recipe to win football matches, it ain't a good recipe, Albert. And I accept you're a wiser man than me, mate. A wiser man than me, I accept that. And you're right. If we sack him tonight, tomorrow morning we've still got all these dud players and we've got to get a tune at them. And then other people should be looked at in their part in this, right? Because of the wages and some of the transfers we've paid. But I just think you've got to pull that trigger, mate, for everybody's sanity, mate. Yeah, for everybody's sanity. Him standing in that dugout is just getting to people. It's mental, mate. It's mental.
It's retail therapy, mate. I told you. People feel depressed, they go out and buy a coat or they go and buy a pair of shoes. You know what I mean? And they're all right for a week or something, a couple of days or it. That's all it's going to be, mate. You get ready to have me like, yes, that's it. On a high next week, we drop points. Well, when we come back to after the international break, we come back and drop points. It's that's it. So we start in the players now. Let's sack the players. You know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that it's obvious we need to do it. It's that obvious we need to do it. The fact that the things that I'm trying to say is we've done it before. We've got a history of it. We need something different, mate. That's all I'm saying. If he come out, Stuart come out and says to us, right, hold on, we're not sacking the man of the just here. Just forget about it. We're not sacking him. Right, we all know that. We don't like it. The crowd will go mad. But we're doing it. We're doing it for a reason. This is a trial period for him and his staff to see if he can get this turned around. But if he doesn't, he's gone at the end of the year. Let it be known. Say it out loud. Let it be known. We all know what we're working towards now. And say, but we are in the background working towards something else. Right? What the hell do we do now? It's no great. It's not a brilliant solution. But at least we're working towards something. At the moment, it's just get rid of him. Right, next one him in. He does the day. Get rid of him. These players are crap. Wait, he gets his own players. What? We get rid of these players so he can get his own players in. We can't afford the quality of players we need, mate. That's just a fact of life. And that is the big problem. We can't afford them. And if we can't get them in, this is going to continue time and time again. Right? That's what's going to happen. But back to today's game. Mm-hmm. Fox said before there, we come on, some of these players were holding something back because of the international break. I think he might have a point with that one as well. But they've played this bad in other games, no leading up to international break. But I think he might have a point. Right? It needs to be looked at, mate. He needs to look at the players, right, and say to them, know himself, to them, say, what's happening here, guys? What is it you're doing? What do you know like? Let's start with that. What did you know like about the way we're playing? Is it all down to the way we're playing? Ask the players that. If they tell them, it is or no, it's no, I think it was fine. Oh, that's it. They're just bad players. But at the moment, as it sits, we're a bad team coach with a bad manager. That's as simple as that, mate. And there's no way around this. There's no easy solution for it. There is ways around it, but there is no easy solution for it. That's as good. That's as much as I can come up with, mate. Because at the end of the day, we watched that performance there. We have watched that many times now this season. That there is nothing you can say, nothing more you can say, or nothing more you can criticise about it. Because next time we play, you said before we started today, the first half of the show, you said he'll change it, he'll go 3 at the back and all that. He might do that, but then we came to the conclusion. Nah, he'll only do it well because he doesn't do it. He just plays the same way. And what did we do? We come out and played the same way again. And what did we get? The same results. What do you do, mate? The guys just did the same mistake over and over and over again. I don't know. I really don't know what they do. Is anybody allowed to talk to him? Is anybody allowed to challenge him in the not so much the dressing room, but his bosses? Is anybody allowed to say anything to him? Because he can't get away with this. Surely he can't get away with this. Anyway, I don't want to go on about him too much, but it's a fact, isn't it?
Aye, mate. Aye.
I can't move this conversation on a bit. No, I'm trying to find something positive to say, and there is nothing positive to say. Jack Butland had a couple of good saves today. There you are.
Jack Butland, Cornelius played a good pass, mate. Our goalie was the busier of the two, mate, and that sums it
Yeah.
up, mate. I think they said it near the end of the game. In the second half, we had one shot, and that was for Sumitra, mate. And then they had 7 shots. Now, I know that stats sometimes mean, but that showed you how the game had went, mate. We were awful,
Yeah.
awful. And that shot we had was the first shot since it was only shot in the second half. So there you go. 45 minutes of football, you have one shot at goal, mate. One shot at goal.
Because we've
Yeah.
no midfield, mate. Zero midfield. Zero.
No. I don't
Let's
disagree
be
with you,
honest.
mate. I don't disagree with you. You know, there's flaws and there's no physicality. There's no real ball winner. Yeah. Oh, listen,
Yep.
I'm not just blaming young Barron because he'll try and go through a brick wall at you, but he's a lightweight playing against a cruiserweight most of the time, mate. Yeah.
Rodwell and Raskin done nothing as well, mate. The
I
three of them,
agree.
as a midfield, non-existent. Just non-existent. Usually you get one, maybe two at a bad game. We've had time and time and time again, the whole midfield posted missing, mate. Posted missing. Just, they're not in the games. They can't seem to get in the flow of games. Me personally, I think it's lack of ability. But it's just me.
Well, you might be right, mate. You might be right. There was another thing going back to the coaching, mate. We've got this thing where somebody comes and we throw it about neck high, and he's got to try and put it back to the thrower, mate. And he's that close to him. It's usually Tavitt's taking it. Because even that's starting to grate with me now. He runs about 30 yards to take anything, to make a throw a short shy. Well, anybody can do that. But the idea was usually your fullback came and took it because he had the best shy and he put it furthest down the park, you know?
Yep.
So he threw
They
it
do.
around, throw high. And I don't know how many times when I've conceded a shy in opposition near my own goal or gave away possession, mate. And if that's a tactic, mate, it's beyond me, mate. Absolutely beyond me. Yeah.
The
But
what's
anyway,
beyond us, mate.
we better
Go
get
for it,
these
mate.
phone lines opened, yeah?
See, the troops want to come in. I think a lot of them are
Aye,
like,
see.
oh no, don't want to talk about it.
Well, of course, I get it, mate. I get it. This is great fun. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, well, I can't take any positives out of that, mate, apart from one good pass. One good pass. You know, we got a goal chopped off. Butland a couple of decent saves. No fault for the goal, took a deflection off for Suter. Yeah. And Suter and Jigger at times, mate, if I'm fair, I try to be fair, is sort of defending their box and blocking stuff, last ditch stuff. They've done okay, mate. They've done okay, yeah. If I'm being honest, if I'm being fair. But as far as playing and moving the ball and if you're trying to play that style where they get a lot of the ball, because let's be honest, that style gives the centre halves a lot of the ball.
Style. I think it's got a grandiosity to call it a style.
Aye. Because it goes out to then, and then you see, well, we'll play it out to Butland, will play it out to Giga, he'll play it back to Suter, and you'll still be in your own penalty box, and he'll play it out to Cornelius. What happens if we're standing next to or somebody standing next to Cornelius?
Doesn't
I
matter.
would still
We're
do it
getting
anyway, because
We
that's
do
my
it
style.
anyway. Oh, dear God. Oh, no. He's getting it. You're right. The guy's running towards his own goal. A wee bit of a pace with a guy right up his trumpet. You're getting the ball, anyway. After you get to, you're getting it. It's madness. And then we all greet more when the guy behind him actually gets in front of him and takes the ball after him. And then they're on the attack straight through our back line. Oh, then you look at Martin, he's going, well done, lads. That's what we've been practicing. Well done, lads. You're doing what I said. Brave on the ball. Brave on the ball means play like an idiot. Is that what brave on the ball actually means, mate?
Aye. Silly. How many hospital passes, how many passes were short? You know, Ant-Man and Gasman, you know, they're wingers, mate, and they can't get the ball over at times, yeah. You know, and that's part of your
Various
job.
reasons. Various reasons, mate. I don't know if you've seen that boy Moore try to take. It was either a cross or a shot. In the first half, it was pathetic, mate. It was like somebody at under 12 level trying to do something. You're like, oh, what's he doing? What is he doing? Oh, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Right. Tell me the game, mate. Usually critique the game. Usually start to the first minute and give me a breakdown of the game. You're good at that. Have a go at it.
Well, when the game started, the whistle went, and we were playing against the wind, mate. And we couldn't keep possession, and Falkirk were a better team. And they were a better team, and they were a better team. And then we saw a decent breakaway. I think it was Tabbitt played the ball. And Mikey Moore ran onto it, and we got a goal chopped off. When I seen it back, I'd like to see the Gasserman whether he was offside, but it turned out that he gave offside against Mikey Moore at the halfway line. So we didn't get that goal. And then Falkirk were a better team, and they were a better team. And then we had a nice bit of play in the left-hand side. Cornelius, I think Gasserman was involved, and Rodwell had run and made a burst. He played it to Gasserman, he played it into Cornelius, and that was the only quality. Apart from the goal, it was chopped off the whole of the first half, and then Falkirk came into the game, and they were a better team. And then it was half time, and we swapped ends all there. So we were playing with the wind with us. And we didn't start well in the first and the second half, and Falkirk were a better team. We had a bit of control for a while, but it was all across the halfway line, side to side, without doing anything. So it looked as if the game was going to peter out. They made some positive changes, but on some guys that are athletic, big and powerful. We big guys want to just get pushed aside. We've no physicality in the midfield, but Falkirk were still the better team. Then they got a goal, and we didn't look like scoring, mate. There you go. That's one of the most negative. But I think that sums up the game, mate.
Well, I think you missed just one thing out.
Right.
One more. Falkirk were the better team. And that was it, mate. That summed up nicely by you. And that's basically the 90 minutes or 96 minutes. It's
They
ridiculous.
weren't great, mate. They were just endeavouring getting the ball.
But this is the thing playing Rangers, mate. Nobody has to be great to play Rangers. You don't have to play great football. You just need to do a bit of endeavour, a bit of work rate, and that's it. That's enough. That's more than enough to draw and beat Rangers. More than enough. And this is a fact. And we've got to sit and watch this. And we've been watching it now for months. We've got to carry on watching it to whoever signs. Them in charge and own the club decide, you don't have to watch it anymore. But again, whoever comes in, are they going to pick this up and say, this is the club style of football? You need to adopt this and play this? Because I'll tell you right now, Ibrox will be empty if whoever comes in and plays like this again.
Mate, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's one of my fears, mate, and that's I'd actually pulled the trigger at 6 o'clock at night, mate. Yeah, and if they've not been considering somebody else coming in the door for the last month, or the last 3 weeks, or the last 2 weeks, or the last week, or since Thursday, mate, they're not doing their job properly. And some of them, they ain't started on them yet because people aren't happy. They've given out wages and brought in players, mate, and they're not a jot if we move forward. Not a jot. Yeah, they brought players in they'll never cut it in Scottish football, mate. Never. Yeah, never cut it in Scottish football. I mean, that's my bread and butter. Yeah, we want to punch above our weight and do well in Europe. But my bread and butter is the Scottish Premiership, mate. And my fear is if we don't pull the trigger, mate, things will only get worse. Apathy, which I think's set in, will grow. And it'll get worse, and it'll cost the club a lot of money. And obviously, we end up hurting the thing that we all confess to love. But I understand it. No, so people are free to make their own choices. I'm not telling people what they should do, but I'm just trying to be realistic in this scenario. And that's how I'd pull the trigger tonight at 6 o'clock, mate. Yeah, they should be on the phone to the USA. I don't know what time the 49ers since the day, but I don't. If Kavanagh doesn't bother with that, we'll go on the phone and say, look, enough. Yeah, enough. This can't go on. We've tried it. You know, I think, what is that? 7 league games? Is it 7 league games? We've won one. Yeah, 16
aye.
league games in the Premiership with Southampton. I know it's a different level. He won one. Yeah. So that's 2 league victories in 23 league games, mate.
Any states. Which system do you need to learn, by the way? It's that complicated. It takes you this long to
Football,
learn.
mate. It's
I
football,
know.
mate. It's
What is it
football.
you say? What is so difficult
I
to
just
learn?
don't think the players are buying into it. I
don't
think
think
he's
so,
a
yeah.
dreamer, mate, and he thinks he can reinvent the game. He got fortunate Southampton to run, you give him a job, but he's got this style that you want to put out for the back, knock it into space and turn, but people have worked it out, mate. It's still happening. I watched a game yesterday. Tottenham and Leeds, the weather was no great. It was quite an exciting game. Could have went either way, and they said the long throws back in fashion. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think the coach said, well, why should the guy commentating said, why should they ever be out of fashion? If it was if it's the right thing to do, it's the right thing to do. If you've got somebody who's good at it in your team, and you've got somebody who can flick it on you, score a goal, how do you have to play it short and cross it in? It's about putting the ball in the net. Yeah, and what was it you said to me? He's 5 years
He's 5 years behind.
himself.
Oh, at least 5 years.
Right.
That's that brand of football. That brand of football he's trying to play right now was done 5 years ago when that Guardiola clown came in and everybody adopted his style of football. This style of football, then that is what he's trying to play. He's trying to say it's a difference. No, it's the exact same. That was 5 years ago. It's like Scotland. Scotland's always 5 to 10 years behind everybody else. It's been like that since I've watched football, mate. We're always behind, right? The new stuff, new way of doing things. We're always behind in football. And we've brought this clown in, and he's trying to come in here saying he's invented a new style of football. This is the way I want to play. Same as that clown at Manchester United. He's the exact same, mate. They're 5 years behind the times. Football's moved on now, mate. You've got to look at what's happening now. And the good teams and the ones that are starting to emerge is title challengers and things like that are teams that are actually adopting a combination of what he's trying to do, but really they're going towards build your team around the type of player you've actually brought to your club, which suits these players. Build your team. That's why all teams should be built, mate, because you all can't afford £100 million players. So you have to. What they've all done is they've got a system. They've seen his system, and everybody's just trying to get every player to play this type of system. All goalkeepers need to be good with their feet. Well, goalkeepers are no good. That's the reason they're goalkeepers. Let's be honest about it. Because they're no. If they were good with their feet, they would play outfield because they get paid more money. But they don't. So all of a sudden, they need to be good with their feet. It's nonsense, mate. A goalkeeper's a shot stopper. He keeps the ball at the net. He needs to be good at that. Andy Gordon was living proof of that one. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden, he comes into Rangers and decides we're playing this type of football. You go, it's not going to work. It's never going to work up here anyway, because that style of football has been sussed out with the negative type teams. They know how to negate it. They know how to shut it down, and they know how to get on top of you. When they turn the game into what they want it to be, which is a boring, slow, turgid game, all the teams that are crap want that type of game. And up here, we've got plenty of crap teams, and they all love that type of game, and we're giving them it. You need to find ways to get round these players, and the old block and all this crap, man. You sit. The boring football.
We've no drop points to the low block.
No, we've no, because they don't have to blow block. No. Because we're giving them the game. We're playing this way. Aye. We're actually presenting the game to them. They're getting a head start before they even walk out the park. I said this before. See if all the teams that are known Europe and Scotland below us, they didn't make Europe. All the teams that are known Europe, they've got all week, mate, all week to work on your shape, to work on the way you play. They work that out. And then you come in and say that we'll call it a Saturday. It's easy with Sundays and all that. But Saturday to Saturday, we play that Saturday, play midweek in Europe, and then play next Saturday. They play that Saturday, playing Rangers next Saturday. 7 days or 6 days to work on their system. We walk out in that part. They could play us blindfolded now, mate. They don't even need to look what a player's going to be. They know what a player's going to be. Who's got the ball? Tavernier's got the ball. Ant-Man will run towards him. Raskin will come over towards him. What about the left wing? I'll leave it in. Not one of the players has got the ability, apart from Suter now and again, but any of the rest of them, not got the ability to do a 60 yards crossfield pass. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You can actually come in a wee bit, yourself a wee bit more narrow in case they try to play through you. They work that 6 days. You go out there on the Saturday, and we all go. How are they?
Because
They always.
we know what they're going to do. We know what they're going to do.
He sits and
Anyway,
thinks he's going to outsmart them.
I'll cut across, mate. I think we're joined by Tosh. All right, Tosh.
How we doing, boys?
Oh, Josh, is it Josh?
Josh. Yeah.
All right, Josh, how you doing? Recognise the voice there, mate. How you doing, mate? Use your thoughts, mate.
What thoughts? We were just terrible again. I think I've been trying to talk positive and all that about everything about the club, but with Russell Martin watching that today, it's just dire. I think we're all going to end up being in a psychiatric hospital, and it's a wonder we're no or in a psychiatric unit the new next ward to one another. But this can't carry on any longer. I've got to the thinking now that I need it. I need Russell Martin and everybody gone for the stability of myself, because it's taking.
Wait a minute, Josh. Wait a minute. It can't be all about you.
I'm talking about like I was like a bit sceptical about the support, but I'm actually on the side of the support that's actually going out and protesting and wanting them out, because after that it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And who's the recruitment? Who is the recruitment? Who signed this plonker? Who signed the plonker £8.5 million for Everton that's no kicked a ball and seen us coming? And there you are, £8.5 million for a clown. And Miovski doesn't play. Miovski is not a poacher. Miovski is a last man who runs at defences in the last man, a bit like Kyogo. That's how he scored all the 30 or 40 goals for Aberdeen. Not the way we're playing him. He won't, and that's why he's not success. As for Raskin, I wouldn't give him his wages. He was absolute crap today, absolute rubbish. And people say barring this, barring that, Raskin's just as bad. Raskin is an absolute half-wit. Absolute half-wit. He the amount of passes that he strayed and gave away today was unbelievable. And not one thing gets.
I think the problem with asking, mate, is if you don't want to be there, if you've got that in your mind, as Albert pointed out rightly, if you don't like your boss, it's not a good combination, mate. He's got ability, we've seen it, mate. But I don't disagree with you. I thought he was appalling today, along with a lot of others. Albert?
Aye, he was, mate. He's not interested. You can see he's interested in what he wants to play and how he wants to do it. And he's interested in international football, and he's interested in going away, probably to Chelsea, he'd hope. But that's what he's interested in. He's not signed his contract anyway, Josh. So as far as I'm concerned, he gets out and this coming Monday. He's going. He should be going, mate. But we need two quality midfielders, two in that midfield, because we've not got a midfield.
We've not got any. We've not got a midfield. We've not got a midfield. See watching this game yesterday. It's a carbon copy of every game that we've played this season. Every game we played this season, starting off with Motherwell, St Mirren, Dundee, with a chance to beat Celtic. Collapsed there as well. Played crap. They never played a striker. Pumped. We get embarrassed with Bruges. And it's been going on and on and on and on and on. And the day it was just absolute calamity after calamity after calamity. Did we have a shot and goal in the second half? I think we had half a chance, half a chance shot in 45 minutes. Where a team like that is absolutely disgusting. absolutely vile and embarrassment. It really, really is. And I've never ever spoke like this about the team.
Would you pull the trigger now, Josh?
Oh, you need to, Ox. You have to, for your sanity. You need to, because I want my team to be successful. But this team, Pollock United, or Rocking like Talbot would beat them. Cowden Beef would beat them, and Cowden Beef's in the Lowland.
Do you think
League.
the team improve if we make the change, mate? Do you think?
I don't. I think whoever comes in is going to be left with this riff-raff of a team.
And that's not the question, Josh. Do you think the team improve if we pull the trigger and somebody else comes in?
It's just going to be a conveyor belt of different managers, but the same rubbish. The same rubbish that we're watching all the time. Doesn't matter if you pull the trigger on Russell Martin. Will the players? I don't think the players watching this season. I don't think the quality is there in any one of them apart from Cornelius. Cornelius had a good game today, I must say, and Jack Butland has saved us. But out with that, I think the rest of them are dire. Suter, Tavernier, I could go down the lot of them. Giga, Barron, Rothwell, Raskin. I mean, Gassama, Moore shouldn't be here. I think, and I've always had the belief that Curtis is our academy player, and we are giving him a disjustice of playing Moore when we should be playing Curtis, because at the end of the game,
I think as you're talking, you're maybe banging, and we're getting it right through our headphones. Right, we've been joined by Bob J. Evening, Bob J.
I'm just echoing what the gentleman said there. Is exactly right. Why should we be playing? I'm not going to pick on the lad. He's a young boy. Why should we be playing academy players for another club like Glasgow Rangers? That should never happen. Lads look so timid.
Shocking decision, mate. And the other thing, I know, he just doesn't look ready. It's not as if he's cutting up, mate. He's no.
I didn't care how to describe that today, but there is words I could use to describe it, but we're on the show. And Hawks, I think I will go down and dive in the fourth after all. I don't know. To me, it's beyond redemption. I don't care where we go for you. We're so out of touch. You just look so lifeless today. I can't nobody who plays well after Europe, but I expected a bit better today. We're so out of touch, so inconsistent. Everything bad you can say about a team, you can say about Rangers. And that's a hard thing for me to say. A hard thing for me to say.
But would you pull the trigger, Bob J?
I'm afraid I wouldn't do that, because at the end of the day, we can all see it. It's so obvious. It's just no happening. It isn't happening. I mean, he took out Rashkan and Connor Barney. I thought Barney had a fair game. He was all right. At least he was trying to put himself about and win the ball. Rashkan, maybe wasn't happening for him. Doesn't happen for players every game. But I left him on to see if he could have created something. But no, I'm sorry. They've just broke players for an inferior league, and they've made us into an inferior team. Simple as. So I'm sure you'll agree with me there.
Oh, but I would have took Barn off, and I tell you why I would have took him off. Yeah, because he's been booked. Aye. You know, just only because of that. I think that goes into your mindset when you're making substitutions. I think he does give you plenty of endeavour. The only thing is, he struggles to create anything, Bob Jerry, if I'm really honest.
He does. It seems to be, I used to describe Billy Bremner as a runabout daft but non-committed play. And I think Barton's a bit like that. He can dive into tackles, win the ball, and then he can pass it to his mate 5 years away from him. He doesn't seem to be, as you say, a creative player.
Oh.
Good enough endeavour, but that's it. Sure, we've got better in our ranks. They can create in the middle of the park.
The Mikey Moore one, again, I think Bob Jer's spot on, and Josh Albert, that look, it's not the boys' fault. We've signed him, we've brought him up, we've watched him, he came in with a bit of a reputation. he done well for Spurs in Europe, but I don't know how many games he played for them. I did look at it at the time, I can dig it up, but he just doesn't look physically ready. Yeah, obviously he showed a couple of decent touches now and then, but we're the piece, mate. He's just getting brushed aside, and people are closing him down, and he's not got electric pace. He's not slow. He's not got electric pace. He's not really done all right. He had the shot for the goal, it was chopped off, but that was the main part of his contribution. But I do feel as if Curtis is further down the road from him, so I don't understand it. I really don't, and I don't understand how they're saying.
Well, maybe they're paying us. That's the only thing I can think of. Spurs must be paying us to play him. That's why he's getting his games. It's the only reason, mate. There's no other reason. There's no logical football reason that boy should go in that part. So I think it might be a revenue stream that we're getting money for it. We're not paying for him. We're getting paid. And if that is the reason, I still don't think he should be playing, because you're hurting your own team. But it seems I smell a rat in there somewhere. It's just as you say, it doesn't smell right. It's one of the things that you're looking at and going, no, we're not the only ones that can see that boy's not ready for playing for Rangers first team. So there's something in there, mate. It doesn't smell right.
We're not saying Curtis is ready to play.
No, but the logic is, if we're going to get a player ready, no, say if you do play most of the games this season, and by the time the end of the season comes and you're into next season, you are ready. Why are we getting him ready and not getting Curtis ready? He's going back to Spurs, so he's going back up and ready to Spurs, and we've need to start the whole process again next season with our own player. That doesn't make any sense at all, does it? The only sense this makes is if Spurs are paying us, mate. That's the only sense this makes. For me, anyway, and I don't know how you look at that. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm not saying it's right.
No. But let's all right, if the boy had a bad game, it doesn't take away from the others, does it, Josh? You know? Josh? Oh, Josh is on mute. I'll tell you what, Dave, if we all go on mute.
I'm here.
That's all right, Josh. You missed your cue, mate, because we're going to hear you're going to hear from your friend and our manager.
You're sacked.
Let's hear from our manager.
Russell, a draw here this afternoon. What's your take on that one today?
I'm frustrated. We weathered the storm early on, difficult pitch, difficult conditions, which we spoke about. We're going to have to really battle and fight, and we did that, defended the box well, and then got a hold on the game as the half developed, scored a really brilliant goal, team goal. And then actually, the longer the game went on, I felt we had more control. We got so many touches in their box without executing the final pass. It was a bit frustrating because you want that second goal. And they were becoming less and less of a threat as the game went on. And then we have a moment where we don't compete quite properly, and then we don't adapt to it and adjust, and then he's hit one from a long way out and he's taken a deflection, gone in. It's just how it seems to be going at the moment for us. And then the game became open because we're trying to get the winner again when we should have been building on the 1-0 lead, and we can't quite get it.
Yeah, is that the most frustrating thing, to obviously have control, have that lead, and obviously not come away with the 3 points?
Yeah, it's so hurtful and frustrating for everyone, the players, for us, the supporters. So yeah, we have to look at it and really take responsibility for it myself, and see where we could have helped the team go on to get another goal, because I don't think we're ever going to sit back and defend a 1-0 early on in the game. So we have to find ways to be better in the final third than we were.
It is, of course, international break now. What will that time do for you and for the squad?
Well, it's time for work, especially for the guys who haven't played so much. There's a lot of guys go away on international who came back in with good energy after the last break because they've done very well. So we have to work really hard, the guys who are here, and wait for the other guys to come back, and then get to work and understand and why and how we need to be better.
I think since the last international break, we've played 3 league games, 2 European ties, and the League Cup tie. So what's that? 6 games we've played all there. 6 games. We'll beat Hibs and we'll beat Livingston. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll drew with Falkirk and we'll lost 3. And they came back with an energy. Yeah. We lost to Hearts, we lost to Genk, and we lost to who was that during the week? Graz, student Graz. Yeah. Mate, I don't know what they get. By the way, some of the games reasonably fair. We did get control without thingy, but wait, he's missed the point. But in the second half, when we did that play, and we did have the ball from about their box with control, created nothing. And then in the second half, they had 7 shots, 2 or 1. So therein lies the problem, and that comes down to coaching and what you decide to do, what you're telling your players to do. And if they're not doing it, you pull them off. All better.
That's it. Somebody needs to ask them the question. When's the last time many goals has your midfielder scored this week? Many shots. Let's forget about goals. Many shots has your midfielder had for this season? And you'll be lucky if you've hit 5 or 6. Lucky. And that's them all. That's every one of them. I've got about 6 or 7 of them. And you wonder where the problem is. The problem is your midfield. You've got no midfield. And you don't look if you've got any clue how to sort that. But anyway, you're right. I mean, he's right. We'll get control of the game. But we've all said it before. The percentage that we've got more than the other team doesn't matter, mate. It makes no difference whatsoever. It's 1 each. We had 67% of the player, whatever crap we're going to come out with. Doesn't matter. We had 10 shots and they only had 4 or some nonsense. Doesn't matter. Only matters that it's 1 each. That's all that matters, mate. As we all know. We all know that. How does he know that? And he comes out with this gaslighting crap. I'm not interested, mate. I've heard it all before. I'm frustrated. He's frustrated. He's getting paid to be there. We're paying to watch this. He's getting paid. He's frustrated. How do you think we feel? Your wallet's getting lighter and his is getting bigger. Anyway.
Josh.
I think Albert's correct in everything he says. I think we've had more possession in every league game that we played this season. But the most important thing is the score. We even struggled to beat Livingston in a 94th minute corner. That is unacceptable for teams Livingston and Falkirk just coming up for the championship, and we're struggling. We are struggling today and there at Livingston. Our best performance of the season was Hibs in the League Cup quarter final. All the rest, Motherwell should have beat us. St Mirren, Dundee hit the post at Ibrox, had better chances than us at home. Drew, and even the day. I mean, it's just embarrassing. If I was the board and if I had if they've got any sense of sanity left, tomorrow morning we wake up and Russell Martin is gone. That gives us 2 weeks international breaks to get somebody in.
Why wait till tomorrow morning if you're going to do that, mate?
Well, obviously they need to have a chat with him, wouldn't they? Back at the club and stuff like that. Maybe if they could do it tonight or maybe tomorrow morning at the latest. There's no difference between the day and tomorrow. No difference between the day and tomorrow. Because they would have to, the board members would have to just have a discussion and then get them in.
I'm just thinking of you, Josh. You might get a better night's sleep. Your personal well-being.
Me and you and Albert could do it. A better job than Russell Martin.
I'm calling for a ward, mate. I'm already in the sanitary. I'm already here, mate. I'm not using my hands. I'm buckled my jacket at the back, mate. And somebody's holding this phone in my ear.
We'll take a stray jacket off you just for Matchday. Don't worry about that. We'll still be able to do Joe.
I'm glad we can all laugh because I don't think anybody really feels like laughing when we're talking about football.
No.
Bob J, I think we're in agreement, rightly or wrongly, and I say that accepting some of Albert's argument, rightly or wrongly, that he's got to go. Yeah, this experiment's not worked. And also, they have to be careful who they appoint. See, when you start looking at it, you know, his percentage, what he'd done in the game as a manager, did he do enough to get our job? Had he the status in the game to attract players to our club to help us move forward? The guys we're looking at, I don't know if he did. I don't want to get personal with the guy is, because he's got to live his life how he sees fit. But I don't, maybe it's just been a mistake, didn't work out, and let's put us all out of misery, including him and his coaching staff as well, who I think are out their depth as well, Bob Cherry.
Absolutely. As you say, I mean, football's a results-driven business. You live or die with your results. We're not getting them. We've not had them for half the whole season now. The only decent results we had was Hibs in the 2 European results in the qualifiers. The rest, nah, sorry. Mr. Martin, the appointment's been a mistake. Everybody went oh when he was appointed. The support didn't want him. I don't think the players want him. And at the end of the day, the boy Kent, as he said, is a dead man walk. Well, he never said it, but everybody's saying he's a dead man walk, and he knows it. Surely this is going to be the last straw of the day. Surely. Because we're toiling. As Josh says, we're toiling against teams like Livingston and Falkirk. Nah. Nobody's got a divine right to win football matches up, and that includes Glasgow Rangers. The right's got to be earned, but we didn't seem to be able to earn it. Any credibility. We're just no doing it. And something's got to change. Whether they appoint a new manager, I don't know. I don't know. I've talked it to him royal blue in the face, which I am. So, where it goes from here is anybody's guess. For Mr. Trick with Frank Lampard, I'm not going to start naming names down south. There's that many of them. We'll just have to wait and see what the decision is. Because there's got to be a decision on this. Too big a club, too big a support for the stagger from week to week. It just can't happen.
Albert, get back to the day's performance, right? I've just been set a stat that in the first half they were allowed to put 17 crosses into our box. Yeah. Right. Ultimately, you've got to congratulate the goalkeeper and the two centre halves, because the fact that many crosses have been put in, you've done well. But does that not tell you there's something wrong the way you're set up, mate? You're going to eventually lose goals time and time again with that kind of thing, isn't you? Just the pure stats of the thing, yeah? And if teams keep getting shots at your goal, one might take a wicked deflection and go in the net. If it's only one in a game, you're really unlucky. But the more shots you allow them to have, the chances it happen are greater, mate. It's as simple as that.
Aye. I heard it during the match, 17 crosses the first time. And you're looking at him and saying, you don't think there's anything right. He does nothing to change it, mate. He does nothing to alter the team and say, right, I need to stop this. No, nothing at all. Fair enough, he might have the players to do it, because Tav could never defend crossbows. Could never do it, mate. Stop crosses or defend them at the back post. He's always been hopeless at it. Now we've got another left back who can stop it. And I like Cornelius. I think he's a decent player, but they're still firing in crosses. And it was all first off, it was all doing Tav's wing all day long, doing that wing, crossing balls in. Some coming for the left side, but mostly doing the right side. And he done absolutely nothing to stop it. We all seen it. And it's because Falkirk are such a bad team. A good team are getting shots and headers on target. They never really got many shots and headers. They get some, but they never got a lot. But a good team with that amount of crossing, good grief, you're looking. You're
you
looking
at Bruges? Like Bruges?
Like Bruges, exactly, mate. But your man just stands there. I don't know. And his coaching staff to sit there. And the wee guy comes out and talks to him with a bit of paper now and again. And then the two of them cover their mouths and have a whisper. And then you go, right, what's changing? All right, nothing. All right, okay. And that seems to be their tactic. Just keep going. Don't change nothing. Just hope. It will change. It will change. Nothing changes. Nothing changes, mate. It's boring. But there you go. And it's week after week. And it will be carry on like this to the end of the season. If he's there at the end of the season, that's going to carry on like this to the end of the season. And if the owners and the rest of them think it's going to change, they're living in cuckoo land, mate. We're well sussed. The league is well sussed. Every team in the league is well sussed. They all know how to play against us. They all know how to be effective against us. I mean, that Falkirk team, let's be honest with it, they're crap. That is a crap team. And the team we played, that Livingston, they're a crap team, I know. And we just couldn't live with them. So what does that make us?
Right, so But the big question will be for a lot of people, Josh, that will be saying, right, okay, we pulled the trigger. It's who wants it, who's available, who can you get? And then if there is people that you can get who wants it and they're available, and let's just say there's 2 or 3 in the running, people will be questioning how we can trust the same people again who got it so badly wrong. And a lot of people, for instance, we're in GB on here. I'm not talking about on the show. I'm maybe talking about after the show. He was. I'll go as far. GB's a smashing bloke on and after the show, right? And he was gutted that we get Russell Martin, and he seen it, thought it was going to be a failure, didn't understand why we got him in, how he was good enough to get our job. Some of us were saying, well, let's see what it takes us, give him a chance. He's been proved right, 100% right, but they'll be saying, why should we, how can we let the people who selected Russell Martin do it again? And that's another problem, isn't it?
I don't think it's just that guy. I think it was like thousands and thousands of supporters, because the whole.
I'm using him as an example, mate.
Aye, the whole fan base was against it right for the start, and we've all voiced it week in, week out. We've all voiced it, and it's came to a head. But you're right, Ox. Who do we get next? I don't know who do we get next, because the next manager has to work with these players now, because most of these players are Russell Martin's players. Cornelius, Shamiti, Miovski, all these players. He's built the board have backed him, and he's got all these players in, and obviously they're not that good. They are not that good, and I'm including Raskin and all that in that as well, because Raskin's too in and out, and you're probably seeing now why Russell Martin didn't want to play him in the first place, or sent him to the Stone on that sabbatical that he had for today's performance. And if he is saving himself for Belgium's double header, that's unforgivable. He has to go in all, and he has to go as well, because you need to put 110% into your club as much as you do for your country, because it's your club that pays you the wages.
Albert, same question to you. They're going to be under pressure, the people who made the selection as well, because that's when things come back to haunt you. What was it? An extensive selection process, best candidate for the job, all these things, people dig them all out, yeah. And if when you come around again to make the same presentation in a few weeks' time, you look very foolish, yeah.
If you come out with stupid statements, she's going to bite you. And you can't do with football. You better just keep your gas in a wee peep with football, know what I mean? Especially if you're in their sort of positions before it happens. Because eventually the manager is going to get sacked. All managers get sacked. Every club. It doesn't matter who it is. So you better just get involved with the emotional nonsense and just say, look, go to him, we'll see what he does, blah, blah, blah. And again, it's results. If he wins games, wins leagues, wins cups, gets his money in for Europe, well, that's fine. You're doing a great job. But the greatest managers in the world have been sacked, mate. It's not just him. What's annoying is with him is he just appears to not have a clue, and he's digging his heels in when something that's crap. That's the biggest problem. We say it's crap. He knows it's crap. I mean, he's telling you nonsense when he's gaslighting you, trying to tell you, oh, we're better today, or we had a control of this. All this gaslighting nonsense. You're saying, no, you're no kidding us on. You can feel some of the people's type thing, mate. But he's sitting there trying to do it. He's trying to fool other people all the time. It's not going to work, mate.
We were in control of the ball for about 20 minutes of that second half, but I'll ask you this question, mate. How many times did Miovski touch the ball in their 18-yard box? I can't remember him doing it.
I'm not threatening. This is the thing, mate. We're touching the ball. We're not threatening anybody. Everybody's walking about. walking about and looking at us and going, oh, they'll get the ball again. Where are they going, mate? Don't worry, they don't do anything with the ball. I've got to be centre forward. In fact, they could get to the stage now they can let their centre forward Stoney Sale in that box and knowing fine well there's never a ball going to get to him. Because we're crap, man. They're just a bad team. Just call it the way it is. It's a bad team, coach for a bad manager. And that's the end to it, mate. He needs to go, and it's a case of when he goes, we don't know. But it's going to be the same. To the end of the season, if he stays. Now, if they come out with a statement that we're keeping on this team, we're building something, it's going to take time. I think they need to rejig that and say, well, have a look at the time that we've spent watching crap. Years after year after year after year. We've watched crap for, 13 years now? Let's be honest. The COVID year that we went, the stadiums were shut down, we didn't actually see the title live. No, I mean, we never get in to see it. So we've really not seen a title for 13 years, really. And now we're told, wait again, wait somewhere. What? How long's this? Maybe 1, 2, possibly 3 years. Come on. All us older guys are going, really? Seriously? So you're telling me there's a fair chance I'm never going to see Rangers winning a title again? That's basically they're telling me and guys like me. I'm not going to accept that, mate. That says right away this season we should be competing right away.
Aye.
Sorry, mate. Going on there a bit.
And if we won the games we should have won, mate, we would have been competing right away. But we've made it, and, you know. Bob, yeah, last word for your good self.
Well, I'm in total agreement here with all there. I'm 75 now. I know I didn't look it, but I'm 75 now, and I'm in a fear I'll never see Rangers be successful again. Never mind win the league. That's how bad it's got with me. This man must have came into the job knowing that the general consensus was that he wasn't wanted. So I'll have to try and work hard and win the support over and get results. And he's not done it. I'm afraid he's failed. And we're not through the first sequence of fixtures yet. And it's a failure, we can see it. What, with 10 points behind Celtic? 12 points behind Hearts? Nah, unacceptable.
9 and 11, mate.
Anyway, Bridges joined us. Bridgeman. Well, if he comes off, you'll have joined us. Bridgeman.
Sorry, I'm nearly greeting here. Apologies. I didn't want to hear me sobbing. But really, it's just where are we? You know, it's like before the season, before the start of the season, when we didn't have a manager. You know what I mean? We're better off being there than here. It's just unbelievable stuff. Now, I don't know what you guys think. We could have got an absolute doing there today. I know we had something like 60% of the possession, but you saw we did nothing. I think the second half we had one shot at goal. One shot at goal. I don't understand. We've been through it during the normal shows, and we're talking about this, and people have got fears. You know, Bob Jerry was eloquent when he said that, and I think he was being very nice when he said some of these things. You know, I'm quite a bit older than Bob Jerry, so if we know we've not got long to go, we want to see Rangers winning a few games before we go. Back to yourself, Bob Jerry.
Hi, mate. Listen, you're right. We were poor, mate, and we made a lot of the ball in the second half. Every time they were up the park, they looked more likely than we did. You know, we created nothing in the second half. Nothing. I think the nearest we came was when Gassama battered one across the box, and the boy came off his shin pad and went out for a corner. That could have went anywhere. That was the nearest. I think we came in the second half to create it. No bit.
Aye, we didn't, mate. We didn't. And he's kidding himself on if he thinks we did. We weren't, mate. We created nothing. One shot for the big centre forward, for the 18-yard line, wasn't it? And that was it. That was it for the second half. Gasman, I don't think Gasman got by his guys once today. He kept doing the same thing.
Right with the guys, but plenty of them.
Aye. He's but you see that we're doing to we Moore. I mean, he got on the ball. He's going up to his fullback, but there's a guy running, pelting the midfield behind him to close him down. Done it time and time and time again, and just close him down, took the ball off him. That easy. That's called coaching. That's called tactics and working out your opponent. Well, what did Martin do for us against them? Nothing. You've got Miowski running about there, trying to close. I don't know what he's trying to do actually. It's a press or what it is, but it's miles off the pace. He's not the only one. He's miles off the pace. I don't know what press we're trying. He seems to do it himself. But he's like I used to greet about Dessers doing it, saying it's useless running. You know you're not going to get there, so it's just useless running. You're just wasting energy.
The good old days when we made Dessers, eh? The good old days when we made Dessers.
Absolutely. Good old days, right enough. That's what it feels like. We need to do something, guys. Something's got to have to happen. Surely this week, something's going to happen.
Would you that
chap, I'm not going to call him any names, but that chap, he doesn't belong here. He just doesn't belong here. And the longer he's here, not belonging, a manager normally is able to sort of, caress the support with words, even though we might not be really well, but come out a bit of honesty and tell you things, and you perk you up for the next game. This chap doesn't have that in him, but it's sounding, but I really don't think he's got it. Well, I think we all know, we probably all think that too. A very, very poor manager. Very poor manager. I think he just ran up the dressing rooms. I don't think he did anything on the pitch then. So God knows what he's doing. Was he running away for, or was he running away from? I never heard it all because my system shut down. But did we get booed at the full time?
I think booed's been polite, mate. Yeah, but listen, mate. I'll ask you a simple question.
Them to hear booing. No.
Bridge. You hear us, Bridge?
Oh dear. What to?
Don't think you can. Bridge, one more time. Can you hear us?
Sorry, guys. Albert, did you hear him booing today?
No, I didn't hear it, mate. I was too much shouting at the screen. You can't hear us.
I don't think Bridge is hearing us. Right, okay. Last one for your good self, Josh.
I can't hear anybody.
My last. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Josh. Aye.
So there's no fear factor with these teams anymore. And we get embarrassed by a nucleus of half a team for Falkirk that win Division 1 and then the Championship. That's how embarrassing this was today, because that team, most of that team won Scottish League Division 1, all young boys, and then the Championship. And now today, they embarrassed us, because they stoked us only getting one shot and goal. For a team our size, for the history of our club, it's absolutely embarrassing. And I'll say this, my last thing, he has to go tonight or tomorrow. We've got 2 weeks left to get somebody in place to the end of the season. Please do it, because it's not going to get any better. Thank you very much for having me.
Cheers, Josh. Albert.
I'm just glad the game's done, to be honest with you, mate. It was terrible. And I'm glad we're on an international break now as well, because I don't have to suffer it for 2 weeks now.
Talking about that, Albert. Talking about that, mate. Some of the technical boys are having a vacation. Yes, I'll not tell you where he was going, because he'll not want to be bothered with fans, but the technical team are having a vacation. So Rangers Radio will be off air now, from now till next Friday, unless it's to a weekend Friday, unless anything major breaks for the club, Albert, yes?
Yep, that's good news. That's good news for me, mate. Because this is torture. This is absolutely torture, mate. It's, I want to find positive things to say about my team and my club. That's what I really do, mate. And I can't keep doing this. Carry on. This is watching. This is death by 1,000 cuts, basically, isn't it?
Well, hopefully some news will break within the next 24 hours, mate. Yeah, well, I'm hoping, mate. It just can't go on, in my opinion. I don't think it's fair on the individuals, and I don't think it's fair on us collectively. I think Bridgman said he doesn't belong here. He's just not a good fit. And then all the small things start creeping in. You start debating where somebody's wearing a shorter tie and a tracksuit. You don't debate that if you're winning 3 or 4 nothing, mate. You don't care. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely, mate. None of it matters, mate. People employing their boys, none of it matters if you're winning. It's all acceptable. All acceptable. What's not acceptable when he gets nitpicked if you're getting results like this with a manager. I was going to call him a coach here. He's a manager, mate. At best, he's not a coach. He's no coaching anything. He's a manager, and he's a bad manager.
Maybe that's the other thing, you know, mate. His coaching staff aren't up to it. And I honestly think it looks as if the players are undercoached. They just go through the motions. They've been told they've got to do certain things and they stick to part plans. And that's a recipe for disaster. You've got to go on in professional sport. I do think he's lost the dressing room.
I don't think the dressing rooms. I don't think they're all together, mate. I don't think he's lost all the dressing room, but he's definitely lost a part of the dressing room. And I think that part of the dressing room is causing disruption within the team. And we're not a team, mate. We're not playing as a team. We don't look like a team. And I think a lot of that's got to do with it. But at the end of the day, it's down to him, isn't it? It's all down to him. No matter what's going on or no going on or what's happening in the background, it's all down to him and it's all down to results, and we're not getting them. So you have to go. A normal man would throw his cell on his own sword, but he's not walking away for a millionaire. He's a millionaire, mate. Let's be honest about it. We Rangers have made him a millionaire, and we're good at making millionaires, mate.
Well, don't be surprised if he's still getting paid for his answer, Southampton, mate.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
You know, listen, thanks to Josh, Bob Jerry who joined us, and of course the one and only Bridgman. Actually a good self-fall, Bill. Always a barrel of laughs. He's post-match show. Always a barrel of laughs. Right, but thanks to Fox and Old School Blue, and they're taking some time off, well-deserved time off, to look after themselves, pamper themselves, and enjoy themselves. So we'll be back a week on Friday, Rangers Radio. But if anything breaks for the club, we'll have the facility to put shows on. So thanks for listening. Come on, the Rangers and the people in charge of your club, make a decision, mate. We need it. Take it away, Old School Blue.